Hey there, everybody. Okay, so I'm going to review it was a great game, the Toronto Montreal game. It was in Montreal. Um, I'm going to tell. I'm going to tell you who scored, how they scored, results of the game, um, my thoughts on the game, and my 3 stars of the game as well. Just a few stats from the game as well. And that's all right here, Talking Habs, the home of Habs hockey, where everything is dedicated to the Habs and all things hockey. Okay, sorry for seeming confused. Just that was a great game. That was a great game. Honestly, it was. Look, in my review, I said it. It's going to be in doubt right to the end. Said it on the live stream too. Um, Now this is something only I know, but I called the game 5-4 because I thought it'd be a high scoring game. But in the back of my mind, I was struggling with the score of 2-1. I I can only tell you that's the truth. But and it turned out that way. 2-1 win for Montreal in overtime, which is the only problem because it's a problem in that Toronto gets a point. Montreal's chasing Toronto for that third spot in the Atlantic, and it's harder to catch them when they got a point as well. But the main, I guess, they're in the playoff race again. They're 4 points out of a wild card spot. It puts them back in the race again. They have won 9 out of their last 12 games. So when you think back to when we were saying that they have to win 28-7, they had to go 28-7, or it was 28-9, 20, anyway, something like that. They have gone 9-3. So they're trending in that right direction. They're winning the amount of games they need to win, and not losing more than they're they're losing, but they had a few games. They could have lost like 8 or 9 games. They only lost 3 of those so far. Yes, there's 26 or 20. They played 56 games, so there is 26 games left. So they're still there. I'm babbling. I'm sorry about that. Okay, so first period, um, not that nothing happened. It was a really, really fast pace. It was a really good pace. Not a ton of whistles. Just Campbell stopped everything at him, and Price did the same. There weren't a ton of shots. It was a lot of back and forth, and it was just good hockey. Tough battles on the boards. Tough battles for the pucks. It was just what did I write here about that? So, all right, really good pace to start the game. Habs getting the better looks. That's at the beginning, but not by much. Toronto was getting some looks. It's a tight game, lots of turnovers and bounces, one-on-one battles galore tonight. A ferociously fought game so far. At 15 minutes in, shots are 6-5 for Toronto. And for the end of the period, well fought game by both teams. In the first, it was a first period of battles, individual battles along the boards, for the puck, behind the net, in the corners. It was just battles for the puck. Okay, 7-7 shots, no power plays. Second period rolls around, and it's basically rinse and repeat of the first period, except in this period, Toronto gets 14 shots to Montreal's 4, and each get a power play that they don't score upon. So it's a rinse and repeat in that it's that fast pace, back and forth, more chances for Toronto, obviously, with the more shots. Carey Price coming up strong in that period. On the shots that Montreal did get, Campbell stopped everything. First period too. Campbell had previously shut out Montreal when he was playing for the where did they get it? LA Kings last season. That 3-0 game early in the season that Montreal lost. That was Campbell in nets. So he's stopping everything, although only 11 shots. And we go to the third period. So the third period is a little bit different in a couple of ways. First thing is 106 in on Toronto's first and only shot of the period. It was actually a nice play by Toronto. There was a missed opportunity somewhere, so I think Hyman keeps the puck in. And it's a little bit of a passing play with Tavares the play going, and Tavares circling around to the sort of the side of the net, but in the front, and he just fires a really nice shot. And Price, I don't think Price sees it. He was kind of blocked, two guys. I don't think he saw it. That's really what I thought. So I don't blame him on it because I really don't think he saw it. So it was on the rush, 3-on-2, and it was a nice shot from the top of the slot. Tavares is 23rd from Kerfoot and Hyman. So it's 1-0. Now that's it. They won't get another shot for the rest of the period, but it's looking like Campbell's going to shut Montreal out for the second time in his career. Now I wrote that, and I wrote that for a reason. I'm not on the broadcast, so I can't say it and jinx the guy, but I was hoping by writing it that it would jinx him. And I don't know if it worked because it took about 4 minutes, maybe 5. I did it somewhere around the 12-minute mark. And Scandella finally gets up. He blasts one of his blasting shots from the point, right along the boards, like at the point. And it's his first goal as a Hab. It gets through, and it's from Ouellet and Thompson. It's his 4th goal of the season. His first, like I said, is Montreal Canadian, and it ties it up with 17:27. So there is 2 minutes and 33 seconds to go in the period, and it's interesting in the end, but it ends like the rest of the first 2 periods. Just a lot of chances, but nothing goes through. Third period. Oh, shots. Did I say shots on goal? 16-1. With 1 power play for Montreal, they don't score. So we go to overtime. So the unfortunate thing is Toronto gets that extra point. And the fortunate thing is Montreal tied it up, and they get a point at least. So they get a point at least. And I'm looking at it like Toronto with their firepower going into overtime when anything can happen. I don't like it. But, and Campbell stopping everything pretty much except that final goal. So, but it goes okay, kind of the same thing. And at 1:43, Nick Suzuki gets a breakaway. One of those breakaways where Toronto had a chance, boom, 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 it doesn't work, and the puck comes out, like almost ringed around from a shot that misses the net, and it comes back out. Nick Suzuki gets it near the blue line, the Toronto blue line, and he breaks in with Kovalchuk right behind him. There's a guy right behind Suzuki and another Leaf kind of merging in, but Suzuki's got a breakaway. And he gets in a little too close, and Campbell makes the save on him, but the rebound comes straight out to Covey on his stick, and I mean, he wastes 0 time on it. He wastes 0 time on it, and it's in the net. So that's it. They win in overtime. Unfortunately, it's overtime, but they win. Covey gets his 9th goal of the season. Suzuki gets the assist. Shots on goal for the period, 3-1 for the overtime for Montreal. For the game, 31 for Montreal, 23 for Toronto. And remember, after the first 2 periods, Toronto was well ahead in shots. Face-off percentage, 56% for Montreal. Power plays each went 0 for 2. Hits, 38 hits for Montreal, 21 for Toronto. Giveaways, only 10 for Montreal, 15 for Toronto. So I just got those 2 because we took them out on those. Okay, so it was a really, really good game. Like, I mean, that was a really good, hard-fought game. They kept Matthews off the board. Matthews and Martin. Did they get Marner off the board? Yeah, they kept Matthews and Marner off, and not Tavares. So they got 2 out of the 3 that I said they need to keep off the board. They did, and they kept in there. They didn't give up. They kept fighting, and it worked. In the end, it paid off. So 2-1 win for Montreal. It was a really, really good game. What else did I want to say about it? I think that's it. So that's my review. If you like it, give a thumbs up. And while you're on the way down there, do that. And if you're a Habs fan, you want to see more daily Habs content, subscribe and ring the notifications bell. That'll get you your daily fix of Blue, Blanc, Rouge right here from Talking Habs. So I want to thank everybody for watching the video, and see you next time. Peace out. Bye, y'all.